dramatic presentation. We call this impressionistic speech. So it tends to be very flowery. It uses a lot of descriptive words like magical, wonderful, and it can go on for quite some time, and yet it really lacks any substance. So at the end, you're left wondering what was just said.
Yes, that's to the left would be where the wall-mounted phone was. Imagine up and to the left at person height, at site height, was I don't know if it was antique, but it kind of looked old-fashioned, like an old-fashioned heavy. It looked heavy. I didn't pick up the receiver, but it looked heavy when I was watching it break. You know, it looked like these like really heavy excuse me, it's really thick, heavy, not plastic, but like a Bakelite or something heavy material on it. That's my best guess. So that would have been to the left, and then to the right would have been the very end of the bar that you just saw a picture of. That's around that, not around, that's next to that. All the way at the end of the picture is the bar where I was standing when he was at me.
Can we go to 1820? Do you recognize what's depicted here?
I cannot testify that Johnny Depp was not abused. Can you?
I can testify that he had physical acts of violence perpetrated on him as well as psychological aggressive acts perpetrated upon him.
No further questions.
All right, redirect.
The fact that Dr. Hughes saw Johnny look at her like this is the only thing getting me through her testimony.
But you know how she's got like the red here, it looks like blush or something. You know how she has like a bruise on her eye here? I get them all the time when I get Botox. Amber got Botox all the time.
I lose my balance. At this point, we're sitting next to each other on the edge of the couch, or I was on the edge of the couch. I was just sitting there on this carpet, looking at the dirty carpet, wondering how I wound up on this carpet and why I never noticed that the carpet was so filthy before, and I just didn't know what else to do. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to react. I was walking out of the bedroom, slapped me across the face. I turned to look at him, and I said, "Johnny, you hit me. You just hit me." Instantly, searing pain. It's one of the few memories I have in this long relationship that I actually remember the physical pain. You have your hands free. You know, like I had time to think. You have your hands free. You could have hit me with your hands. Why did you headbutt me? And swinging at me while I was on the floor. He had me by the hair and dragged me the rest of the way from the office into the neighboring room, and I remember he was dragging me, and I removed my hands from he sounded like he was almost crying. The treatment to do the full detox, clean up and never go back.
So I'm going to take you now up to the June through August 2014 time frame. And I think you testified earlier, and others have as well, that Mr. Depp brought in Dr. Kipper and his group, correct?
Yes, he did.
Can you please describe for the jury what those next few months were like?
We
just got this leaked text message from Amber Heard to Johnny Depp over the weekend, and it is crazy. Heard, please drop the case before cross-examination, and I'll take just $25 million. Depp, no, stop texting me, you disgust me. Heard, don't be like that, it's Mother's Day, so you have to. Depp, you are insane. Heard, I just told my lawyers that you're dropping the case, and they flipped out. They said cross-examination would sink my case, so I'll just expect the $25 million sometime this week. Depp, the case is still on! How did he stay married to her? Oh.
Yes, it's Amber Laura Heard. I am an actor.
Aquaman.
Insurance. What about insurance? For all you know, either of these two may have insurance, so if there's a judgment against them, they don't pay it. As a personal injury lawyer, I go to trial all the time where we're suing someone who caused a car crash and the injuries are terrible, and people are like, oh, but poor defendant, Mr. Smith, how could he even pay for his lawyer? How could he pay for the judgment that he owes? You're not allowed to tell them that there's insurance, and there very often is, that is paying for their lawyer and pays the amount up to their policy limit. So the jury's not allowed to know it, but it may well exist here. I don't know, but it's very common in cases.